Welcome back, Flair community. I hope you're all well and having an incredible start to the week. Happy Monday. Lots of people in the house already. We've got Matira, we've got Senor Steak, we've got Doc Bob D. Loving that video earlier today, actually. Be sure to check that out. We've got Tasmanian in the house, Synthetic Soul, Tasmanian a member for 13 months. Happy days. Crypto Granny, of course, Valiant Energy. We've got Dalton in the house, Professor, Death Ranger. Who else we got here? Roy Plummer as well. Hope you're all well. And yes. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump in and start things off with this site here. It's Flare Metrics, aka flaremetrics.io. And this is where you can find the statistics for all the signal providers. I've just noticed that we do have Anna in the house. Hope you're feeling much better, Anna. Great of you to join us. But yeah, we're just going to give it a quick refresh here and sort out the reward rate, descending, and topping the charts is S-Toads. In second place, we have Flair Oracle. Third place, Evolve FTSO. Fourth place, we have Flair Dienst. And in fifth place, we have AFTSO. So looking pretty good. You guys may have noticed that the reward rate so far this week has actually declined. And that's because we've gone from an inflation mechanism of 10% down to 8%. So you can expect around, on average, maybe a 20% reduction in the amount of SGB that you was receiving this week in comparison to the last epoch. So moving on, I guess before we do get started into the real news, I just wanted to warn everyone about this WFLR that you may have received on the Songbird network, right? If you have received it, don't worry, forget about it. This is not the FLR token or wrapped FLR because these assets are going to exist on the Flair network. They're not going to exist on the Songbird network. That's Songbird and wrapped Songbird. There is going to be notice given in advance from the Flair team themselves, so be sure to just follow the Flair network's account or accounts that you trust. I will certainly be making a lot of noise about it once we do have a definitive date, so stay tuned for that. And third and finally, malicious actors rely on greed and the impatience of others. Now, it's no secret there are a lot of impatient people within the community waiting for their FLR, but you know, good things are coming, and we actually got some news today. In fact, this one was from earlier in the week that the mainnet code base has now been released to exchanges so they can start integrating with the Flair network. And this was from Hugo, a direct quote. He also said that the next step is releasing the code base publicly. And the big news for this week, for me particularly, was this idea that the validator software has now actually been released. So this is going to allow for the process of decentralizing the network and observation mode, exiting that. It's going to actually become a reality in the near future. This means that once we do exit the observation mode, we can actually begin the FLR distribution process. So very exciting indeed. We're one step closer. And yeah, I did actually put a video up today, a very speculative video, I may add. You've got to make your own decisions on this. The thing is, with the Flair network and the distribution and the actual date, we're not going to have an official date until a date has been made from the official sources. So until Flair give us a date, we won't have an official date, okay? All we can do now is speculate. And in this video, I actually delved a little bit deeper into some of the contracts on Flair, and we can actually bring it up here. You can see these. Maybe you can't see these. It's very small right now. But yes, the initial airdrop starts at this particular point. This is just what it says. I'm just reading it right now. And the latest airdrop starts in these numbers. And these numbers represent timestamps. And this is actually part of the initial airdrop contract. Sorry. As mentioned, I did go through this and punched these numbers into a website which gave us some actual dates. And it says from the 24th of October over to, let me see, there we go, the 14th of November. So again, this is just my speculation, but maybe this is a window that they actually plan to distribute the FLR token. Now, with all of that being said, please understand that the distribution is one of the requirements or the milestones that need to be hit is the decentralization of the network itself. And the Flare team are basically saying that they would say that the network is sufficiently decentralized once they control 33% or less of the nodes on the system. And as we know from this post here, that the network is, or the actual software is public now. So this is going to be a process which I imagine many of the signal providers are already working on. So stay tuned for that. Over here, yes, this is the conclusion to the first ever Patreon and YouTube members quiz league. It ends tonight. We're doing this every quarter, giving away 400 XRP each quarter, 250 per XRP for first place, 100 XRP for second place, and finally 50 XRP for third place. So if you are a member of the channel, and if you are a Patreon member, be sure to check out the Discord. And even if you're not, actually, we have lots of incredible people there sharing a lot of knowledge. And if you are a member, you do get additional benefits such as this entry into the quiz. And in fact, we're going to talk a little bit about that at the end. But there's also a competition that the Flair Network are actually doing themselves. It's a meme contest, and they have some pretty big prizes, to be fair. 3 people are going to win the bronze prize, which is $250. One person's going to win $500, which is the silver prize. And some lucky winner is going to win £1,000. So very interesting indeed. And you also get a chance to win some, if I'm not mistaken, some merchandise and whatnot. This was my submission. You got Hugo there. How it feels claiming Songbird rewards every single week. And the good thing is about the Flare network is that you're going to be able to actually claim them twice a week, because an epoch is going to last 3.5 days on the Flare network. So something to take note of. Moving on here, we have this tweet from Sparkles, and they've now backdated all of the sales data from version 1 of the Sparkles marketplace. And you can now actually see true all-time sales for all Songbird NFT collections, and with other various metrics as well. Now, this is specific for Sparkles. It doesn't encompass all other NFT marketplaces and the volume on there, but it is looking very nice indeed. This is what you can expect to see. You can filter it by 24 hours, 7 days, or time. But yeah, it actually looks really good. There's maybe one suggestion that I would like to see, or a feature request, and that's the ability to filter by these various columns. You know, a little click there, sort by total volume or the total sales. But yeah, it looks really good. And I think this is a great tool for those who may be interested in flipping NFTs, because what you want to do when it comes to NFTs, you don't want to be buying a NFT which is illiquid, meaning that it's very hard to sell, right? So that's always something to consider, and you can get these various statistics from this website, sparklesnft.com/stats. So just thought I would point that out. The Fat Cats team, they actually released their Fat Tigers. That was yesterday, actually, but yeah, they look absolutely incredible. I did get some airdropped, none of them which I'm, ecstatic about, but there is an incredible variety over here. You can see just the variety, and I think this collection really does. I think it's an improvement on them all, actually. But yeah, I like it. Hope you guys do too. And we did have them on the a podcast, actually. And if you are interested in watching that, you can check it out on my recent videos. We talked with Catchup, and he gave us the lowdown on the Catalyst, which is a very exciting project. It's basically a metaverse where you're going to be able to explore all of the gallery. And if you are a holder of any of the Fat Cats collections, so that's the Fat Cats, Fat Leopards, the Fat Tigers, and the Fat Kittens, which is yet to be minted, you will have access to this. Here we go. This is a tweet from Johnny Lawrence, a very good friend of the channel. He actually created my intro, a very talented animator, and he's released his first Ghost Relic, I think that's what they call them, the Ghost Relic NFTs. It's a one of one, and this is what it kind of looks like. And in fact, we can go over here. This is the physical attachment that you can get to this, and this was created by Crisp or Crispy. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, but yeah, he created this incredible guitar, and yeah, you actually get this for winning the NFT, and it's actually, I guess, inlaid with 1 gram of Swiss gold, so not bad at all. If you want to see the NFT itself, here it is. In fact, let me just give that a quick refresh. This is the Reborn NFT in a collaboration with Crispy and also Johnny Lawrence. It's the one of one Ghost Relic edition, and this one is actually being, I guess, auctioned off. And if you are interested in picking this up, you're going to have a nice stash of Songbird, because the highest bid right now is 1.5 million Songbird. So pretty expensive, but it's easy to see why. You know, you do get this physical guitar as well. So yeah, just thought I'd bring that to your attention. A great piece, another great piece. It's what you can expect from Johnny Lawrence, of course. And yeah, it looks great. Far out of my reach, but yeah, good luck to the winner or those who are bidding. Got this tweet here from FLR Finance, who upgraded their servers and nodes to improve the speed and performance, while also converting their infrastructure to use 100% renewable energy resources. Now, I actually did this series, it was FLR Finance Fridays, and I was using the browser extension for quite a while. Sorry, a browser. I was using the Brave browser, and I always found that MetaMask didn't really like to play ball, and I found that the best solution was to be on Bifrost. But since this update, I've actually used FLR Finance, the suite there, on a browser again, and it seems to work flawlessly. So this is really great to see, and I'm very much welcoming of this change. Over here we have a tweet from Flair Oracle, who are introducing a new NFT collection, and this one is actually pretty crazy, because all of these images that you see here, that one's Gary Gensler, which is quite funny. But yeah, all of these images are actually based on vectorized art. And you may be wondering what that means. It's basically just code, which I guess defines the shape of various items, you know, so it's not going to be stored on IPFS. This is basically a decentralized storage solution. It's actually going to be stored in the code itself, which I think is pretty crazy. Interesting concept. Just thought I would throw that out there. Metropolis World. This is, I think, a great quote here. The backing of Flair Network enables us to offer users the seamless movement between different metaverse ecosystems. So this is going to be really interesting. I do have my eyes on this. I'm yet to get one of the passports because they are selling them on Ethereum, which is not my favorite blockchain, but still, they do have an interesting project, and Flair Network, or the Flair Network itself, is actually going to be a key, I guess, I don't know, a component of how they actually choose to join all of these metaverses together. So I've got my eyes on this, and I'll keep you updated as and when we find information. Pangolin Fleur, at Pangolin_Fleur. They released this tweet here, and they actually created a very good video. I was thinking about creating one myself, but it seems like they beat me to the punch, and you know, this video is very comprehensive. If you are using the Pangolin decentralized exchange, I highly recommend checking this out because it basically covers everything. But before we move on, I do want to give a warning for those who are minting NFTs. So for those of you who don't know, if you are participating in Pangolin, the decentralized exchange, you actually mint an NFT when you provide liquidity. And this NFT represents your liquidity, it represents your APY and all of that good stuff, and you can actually trade these NFTs. Now, there is an inherent problem with this for those who are I guess, making offers on the NFTs. So the moral of the story is don't make offers on these particular NFTs, and I'm going to explain why now. If you make an offer on one of these NFTs, so you're planning to buy their initial stake and also their APY, the seller could withdraw the underlying PSB, which is the native asset, before accepting it, leaving you shortchanged with a much less valuable NFT than you thought you were buying. So let's just say the NFT had a lot of this PSB in it and you offered X amount of Songbird. Before accepting it, they could withdraw the liquidity and just sell you the NFT. So be very vigilant for that. And if you are buying these particular NFTs, I would highly recommend just buying them directly. Okay, don't make offers on these. I know we've got Professor in the house who absolutely loves making offers, but yeah, be sure not to make them on this particular collection. It could be shortchanged. This is what I wanted to bring your attention to before. Got my tabs a little bit mismanaged here, but I did do this podcast with Catchup from the Fat Cats team, and that goes over all of the Catalyst stuff. It's really interesting. I would highly recommend checking it out. Finally, or penultimately, I just want to remind everyone that those who do join the Patreon group will get a NFT just until the end of the month, so there is a few days left. And again, if you are a member of the Patreon group or a YouTube member, be sure to connect it to Discord and join the Discord, because shortly after this, we will be doing the final, the final quiz in this particular league, giving away 400 XRP, and it looks like there is stiff competition at the top, and this last quiz is actually going to be double points. A little bit of a spoiler alert right there. But that's pretty much it today. After this stream, we're going to be hanging out here in the members stage. It's basically an open forum where you guys can come and discuss whatever you want. I'm going to be there. A lot of the members are going to be there, and I hope that you will be there too. So with that being said, I'd like to thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have an incredible week, and until next time, I'm out.
We have liftoff.